Welcome to more Major League Spleef on MBS, and the Spleef game you're seeing on the field is not the actual game being played today. Frog and Narnia are just warming up here at the Utopia Coliseum. I'm Katie11231 from MBS Sports. We are beginning with Utopia's home game in the series between Utopia and Titsensaki. Titsensaki here represented by Frog. Utopia represented by Narnia 17. Players, are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Ready.
All right, Elite, you can start the timer whenever.
We'll be starting with 11 seconds on the clock.
Start at the sound or when the video changes color. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The match has started. There are 7 minutes remaining.
And we're off here in the Utopia Coliseum. I'm Elliot Neon. And we have a clash of the Titans here. We've got Frog, a several times over champion, and Utopia. I believe Utopia's won a championship, if I recall correctly.
I don't think I ever actually did, but I know that I was good in the regular season a couple times, just like some previous Detroit teams.
Narnia.
It is, well, it's certainly a clash of the Titans here on MBS. The longtime tradition with my guest appearances on this network is to point out the shapes of the trenches dug by our great MLS players here. That's a tradition that dates back to 2020 since the Salina City State of Shadow Point series. I don't know. It sort of looks like a little bit like Nova Scotia, I would think to say, or at least I don't know about Nova Scotia, but it does remind me as such.
I am obligated to react to a thing associated with Vicky mentioned.
Oh yes, of course, quite. Yes, the salad days of MLS with a large playoff format back then, and this year seems to be slightly different. The prevailing wisdom is that it will be a top two simply for the championship. I believe it remains to be decided, but I think it is a real possibility here. Very defensive game for both sides, I would say. Wouldn't you say, Katie?
I would indeed say that, yes. I mean, it's not as defensive as some games are, where the two players are just sitting on opposite sides of a trench waiting for one to make the move. I feel like Frog is taking a more offensive role than Narnia is here, but not really taking any huge risks. Like, kind of making moves in Narnia's direction, letting Narnia defend, and not really challenging that defense all too much. And so far, the score remains 0-0 as Frog creates an island, and we can reset the field.
Yes, islands in the stream, that is what this game is, with the score of 0-0, with about 5 minutes left here in Utopia. I will do the Shadow Point start. Both are ready? 3,
Yes.
2, 1. Now, the Shadow Point start is a tradition which dates back many years in MLS. It's been slightly irrelevant.
There is 1 minute remaining.
There's definitely not 1 minute remaining. I don't know who fudged the video. Okay, don't ignore the video. I will do it because I have my MBS timer. There are 4 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. I will be your timer now.
Okay.
I
So
see.
I guess the first time in history the MBS clock is fully accurate.
I'm just going to pause the video because the video is not going to be useful. 4 minutes remaining. It's now.
And down goes Frazier as Frog, a former champion of this league, goes down. The score is 1-0 in Utopia. Gentlemen, /NBS, are we ready? 3, 2, 1, 0. And that's some non-binary inclusive chauvinism here on MBS, the MRT's broadcasting network. We'd like to acknowledge the presence of some people in the audience, mainly the only person in the audience, Mr. My_Aquamarine of East Lansing, Michigan. How we doing? Of course, Mr. Aquamarine will say the phrase, quote, "Go green, go white," and my response, of course, will be, "Can't read, can't write." Some Michigan sports rivalries here on the MRT's broadcast network as Frog is making some offensive moves here.
We're the MRT's broadcasting system. The MRT's
System.
broadcasting
Excuse
network
me.
the MRT's broadcasting network is a different network. There are 3 minutes remaining.
A senior moment from our from this guest commentator on the MIT's broadcasting system in living color. And
it's a tie game.
It's a tie game, about 3 minutes left.
Let me know when you're ready.
Oh.
Ready?
Yep, ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. So Utopia did manage to get a 1-0 lead, but now Titsensaki is on the board, bringing it back to a tie game 1-1. Given Titsensaki's record, I'm sure that Utopia would be eager for a victory here. I imagine that if there were people betting on this game, they would have put in their bets for Titsensaki, so can Utopia defy those expectations? So far, Utopia is on the board, and they are, at worst, at a tie. Ew, Frog making some aggressive moves there.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say that the trench at this particular moment looks like I believe the Paradox logo.
To me, it looks like a flower or a dragon.
Or coral, I guess. Coral is a little bit more apt of a description. Of course,
I know what the trenches look like. They look like a bunch of holes dug in snow.
Wow, so real.
I have to disagree with that characterization. I think that is some woke nonsense.
Wow. MBS is really going anti-woke. Alright,
And
Islands reset.
Ready.
Y'all can start in
Ready.
3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, MBS is anti-woke, which is a coded way of saying that we don't like minorities. Obvious /s there, for I am myself a minority. But that's basically what anti-woke means. It's just, I don't like minorities, but it would be unpopular for me to say that out loud.
There's nothing stopping you from internalized self-hatred, so you can still dislike
you know
communities.
what, that is true, and I have much experience with internalized self-hatred.
I'm a Detroit sports fan. I know a little something about internalized.
Katie, how much time is left?
12 seconds.
Oh,
10,
okay.
9, 8, 7, thanks for reminding me, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep, 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 stop playing.
And with frank discussions on the state of this country, the media, and mental health, we go to overtime here in the Coliseum.
And now let's...
It's 1-1.
Now let's go back onto the video. It's 1-1. The game is going into overtime at the Utopia Coliseum.
If we're talking about betting, I'd put a lot of money that Aqua fucked up the video.
Are y'all ready to begin?
Ready?
Yes.
Alright, I will start the actual timer.
Overtime will begin in 20 seconds.
Y'all hear it?
If you need to take a break before overtime, pause the video now. Overtime will begin in 10 seconds. Start at the sound of the tone or when the video changes color. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overtime has started. There are 3 minutes remaining.
Katie, I wonder if our viewers could get a refresher on MLS overtime rules. Is it sudden death?
It is sudden death. The next person to score a point will be the winner of the game. So the moment that either of these players scores a point, the score will be 2-1, and the person who just scored that point will be the winner of the game. That being said, there is a 3-minute timer, of which we have about 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. If neither player manages to score a point by the time that timer ticks down to 0, it is an official tie game. And the score will be recorded as 1-1.
some very large trench digging. For a while, the trench looked like looked like the nation
remaining.
of Italy, with an elongated foot, if one can imagine the Italian nation on a map.
Or an elongated something else.
Yes, I think today's media and political landscape is certainly marked by an elongated something else.
I love how Narnia is a little bit backed up into a corner, and then Narnia just casually walks away while Frog just watches.
You see, I believe the age-old adage about hypothetically being in a disaster, I think the age-old response is simply to say that I would walk away. I would not be there. And that seems to be the strategy taken by both players. A very defensive game here. And as I say that, it goes to Sumo, a realization made by PTLD Knight of Waterville that Sumo is technically allowed within MLS rules. And it's been a strategy that has been deployed and has been effective.
There is 1 minute remaining.
With a minute left. Frog's got stake in his hand.
It is not technically not allowed to punch players, but if you punch a player and that results in them falling into a water, you do not get a point for that. The point is invalid.
No, if you do it without the shovel, then it counts. But if you do it with the shovel, then
you can hit people without a shovel into the water.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh. I did not know that.
We are having frank and earnest discussions here on the MRT's broadcasting system as Frog makes another offensive move. Less than 30 seconds remain. Will these two titans of the MLS settle for the tie, or will one move in for the kill?
We're about to find that out in the next 15 seconds.
10.
Will
9,
Auburn win the football game? Will
7,
Frazier go down?
6, 5, 4.
If Frazier
3,
goes down, is the
2,
person who sends
1.
Frazier down Bob
Stop
Hawk?
playing. The match is over.
And that is an official tie. A tie game between Utopia and Titsensaki. We are going to be going next to Titsensaki's home game at, I believe, the Titsensaki Grain Arena. That's going to be right after these commercial messages. You're watching Major League Spleef on MBS. Yes!
Well, and
that is how it's done, bitch! That is how it's fucking done!
The city-state of Catania takes it 1-0 in the first, 10 seconds of OT.
That is how you fucking do it, motherfucker!
Right, grab your next clue. It's in this chest. I'm gonna paste another one for you.
Cool.
Direct flight from on Intrair.
Damn warps on Intrasail. God damn, this Intrasail one warp is broken.
And I'm sorry to tell you, you have been eliminated from the race.
Haven't I made it obvious? Haven't I made it clear? Want me to spell it obvious? F-R-I-N-D-A.
Welcome back to Major League Spleef. We are beginning now the second game of the series, Titsensaki's home game in the Grain Arena against Narnia 17. Players doing a little bit of an unofficial warm-up on the field. while they were waiting for MBS to come back from commercial. But we are now ready to begin the game. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, Elite, if you could do the honors.
Oh, well, yes, let me set the thing.
Point of order, no point for the...
The match has stalling timeouts. Follow the instructions on screen to do so.
Are we all able to hear the audio?
I hear it.
Yes, I hear it.
13 seconds and
The
counting.
match will begin in 10 seconds. Start at the sound of the tone, or when the video changes color. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The match has started. There are 7 minutes remaining.
I'm going to continue my Australian politics references, and I am going to go out on a limb, and I will say that the trench here looks a great deal like Defence Minister and Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles of the Labour Right faction.
I don't have enough knowledge of Australian politics to understand that reference or to have any meaningful commentary related to Australian politics, but I will say that it looks like a weird, fucked up, wilting flower that's probably died.
Perhaps from that one of those episodes of Frumple's MRT series from 2012 about I believe there was a book in the MRT Mall in the old world about the rose.
That is a point for Titsensaki.
Yes, that is a point for former.
Ready.
I will say it looked a lot like when
3, 2, 1, go.
Scott Morrison shit himself in an Engadine McDonald's.
Luckily, I don't believe anyone here lives in a Commonwealth country. So yes, freedom. We can say that. I can say with full confidence and growing strength in the air, to quote Sir Winston Spencer Churchill, that Scott Morrison defecated himself in a McDonald's in suburban one of these suburbs of the capital cities. I think it was Sydney.
It was in Sydney.
I live in the United States, where our leaders, especially our federal leaders, are famously tolerant of dissent.
Yes, quite. And it's as sometimes in baseball there's little league behavior. We've got some schoolyard behavior here in Grain Arena, the site of many a championship for the MLS.
5 minutes remaining.
With 5 minutes left, the players are resorting to a snowball match. Hopefully, there's not. This might be a reach of a reference, but hopefully there's not ice in some of the snowballs, and hopefully nobody's teacher gets knocked out. I forget the name of the book, but it was a great book.
Isn't ice what snow is made of? Just a bunch of little small ice crystals? So every snowball has ice in it. That's what makes it a snowball. If it didn't have ice in it, it's like asking if your ice cream has ice cream in it.
I see. Well, see, if the snow has ice in it, then I do believe many folks are seriously contemplating abolishing it. So I guess we're going to have to switch to slime for our usage in the Major League Spleef system.
I am going to send you a meme after this game is done, one that I was told to delete after I sent it in the politics channel a while ago.
Talk about color commentary here on the MRT's broadcasting system.
It's basically, it was a political compass meme. Auth left, abolish ICE, internal combustion engine. Auth right, abolish ICE, and it's a picture of a glacier. Lib left, abolish ICE, immigration and customs enforcement, and then lib right, abolish the age of consent.
One of these things is not like the other.
A real subversion of expectations at the end there. That's what makes it funny.
Unless you're a real one, in which case you certainly know. It's 1-0 here after some frank and earnest conversations on.
It is not the. I would like to note that it is not the official opinion of MBS that libertarians are pedophiles. That is the official opinion of a.
There are 3 minutes remaining.
But that does not necessarily represent the views of MBS.
Some groundbreaking political discourse here on the MRT's broadcasting system.
That is
and
the second
down
point
goes
for
Frazier.
Titsensaki.
It's 2-0. About 3 minutes left. Are you ready?
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
I gotta say, it looks like a very elongated pickaxe, and now it looks like an Uzi with a very elongated stock.
I was about to say it looks like a gun.
Yeah, certainly. Or maybe one of those.
I only know that an Uzi is a type of gun because I've played GTA before.
Amen, sister.
And it's not because you live in New York.
I've never seen a gun other than like on a police officer.
You see, they're woke in New York. They don't let you have Uzis.
I live in a good neighborhood, Frog.
I was in Roscoe, New York this morning on the way back from Buffalo, and the guy in the booth next to us had a gun straight out of his pocket. That's pretty cool.
That's an island. Yeah, I feel like you're more likely to see that in a. I feel like you're more likely to see that in a red state than in New York.
Ready?
Oh, certainly.
Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
I mean, if you count the suburbs of Binghamton as a red state, then I guess.
Well, if that's in New York State, that guy's probably violating the law because I don't think New York has open carry. You'd have to be concealed carry at best.
I believe it sort of does look like a shotgun with a very short barrel, which makes it a National Firearms Act item and an elongated stock. Again, with the elongated stock. Shout out to the Honorable Zoran K. Mamdani. Mamdani.
True.
There is 1 minute remaining.
Let's go, Mamdani. I voted for him.
And I do believe that is the official position of the MRT's broadcasting system.
That is the official position of MBS. MBS endorses Zoran Mamdani for mayor of New York City.
Well, I mean, put it this way: the New York Times no longer makes local endorsements.
Well, the New York Times also publishes transparently transphobic op-eds, so I don't really give a shit what the New York Times thinks.
There are 30 seconds remaining.
3-0. Let me know when you're ready.
Ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
This is a problem with the short timer, but at least I'm on the good side of it.
The New York Times published an anti-trans op-ed a few weeks ago from a conservative pundit who the most notable thing I saw on his Wikipedia page was that he believes in race realism.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm not a racist.
1.
I just think different races have different
playing.
IQ
The main
levels.
portion of the match has ended.
A very interesting quotation from the MOT's broadcasting system. And frankly, in the eyes of this commentator, I wish I yearn for the days when red-blooded Americans could just up and say that they have racial hatred and not try to hide it like a coward.
I wish they would just not have racial hatred, but you know.
In fact, yes, I agree with that even more.
That is a 3-0 victory for Titsensaki in their home game. So 3-0 for Titsensaki in their home game, and their away game was tied 1-1 with Utopia. So Utopia getting 1 point from this series, Titsensaki getting 4 points. That concludes our Major League Spleef coverage for tonight. We are going to have more games throughout the remainder of this season. There isn't much time left in the season, but we will be continuing to broadcast games, including every game for the city-state of Catania. For now, from MBS Sports at the Titsensaki Grain Arena, I'm Katie11231, and you've been watching Major League Spleef on MBS.